Big Baby Daddy Cast. This is Manny Santiago. I'm back, and I'm ready to rock and roll and come into the New Year's with a new show for you. I'm here with the three amigos. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Josh.
Hi, I'm Gio.
Oh my God, Josh.
Hi, I'm Jay.
Oh, okay, good.
This is going so well, by the way. Being our debut video cast. Yeah.
This is our first one. I feel like we have some progress now. People can finally say thanks for watching us. You know, that's progress right there. So I feel like we're moving in the right direction. Talking about moving in the right direction. It's a new year. It's my first New Year's episode. Forget what you guys did that last episode, that bullshit episode 8. I'm alive. I made it back from that island, so I'm good.
Bullshit, dude. We were gone for like 4 months. I mean, while you were gone, we picked up a spare tire, so to speak, and he's been doing pretty well. I mean, he's the only guy that
you just called me fat.
Email, so
it's in his resume.
Well, this is not actually Manny Santiago. I killed him, stole his identity. I'm actually Jose Velasquez, and I'm here to host a show. But I came back feeling refreshed after being gone for a while. It was a good vacation, much needed, and like every New Year's, we always have our New Year's resolutions, and I want to talk about the show's New Year's resolutions and like you guys' New Year's resolutions. So, Gio, what's your New Year's resolution for 2016? Are you gonna hit us with your emotionals harder this time whenever they come out?
First of all, why do you always gotta pick the Spanish guy to go first? That's not right. It's supposed to be in the back of the line.
Am I talking to Gio or am I talking to Josh? Who am I talking to?
Nah, but my New Year's resolution was pretty much just to get back into shape. Started going to a boxing class with my son. It's been going pretty well. So.
Gio, isn't like a circle a shape kind of?
The what?
Like that's one of the primary shapes is like circle. And I think as far as your head is concerned, you got to yeah. I mean, with a head that big, you think it was like hit him up the top. Just kept going.
They say the camera adds a couple pounds to the person's head, so that's what I'm sticking to.
Man, what about I think they call the boxing gyms the new generation's hugging club. Am I right? Is that like people go there to get hugs, but instead of getting hugs, they get slapped in the face?
You know why they go there to get hugs? Because those are men. And you know why they're men? Because their parents didn't hug them as kids. So they got to go to a freaking boxing class to get hugs. You think you watching the hug? Oh, Mike Tyson, he's fighting. And they're hugging. Oh, I hate when they hug. Just let them hug it out, bro. They're making up for lost time.
Sounds like you need a hug.
I do. I so do. Come do it. Daddy.
So Josh, is that your New Year's resolution? Just get more hugs?
My New Year's resolution has nothing to do with hugs, as you guys know. I think I'm allergic to hugs. Less hugs. We're on a hug drought over here at the residence. No, my New Year's resolution is quite simple. I mean, I'm gonna try to segment the portions of my life that need segmenting. So work belongs at work, home belongs at home, school belongs at school. And I think if I do that and I run that gamut and I just make sure that everything stays where it needs to stay, I think the 2016 is going to be a hell of a better year than 2015 was. As Jay blows smoke into the fucking mic.
All cool and shit. See, it's not cool when I do it without any smoke. This is how you look whenever you do it without any smoke.
Clouds, baby.
Clouds for days.
So, Mr. Sims, what's your New Year's resolution for this year?
Government.
May or may not.
May or may not, yeah.
You know what? I never really believed in all that New Year's resolution shit. The only thing I'm really focusing on is,
Such an empire guy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, the only thing I'm focusing on is like, basically staying away from smoking still. So that's why I'm doing this.
as you inhale one more time and blow it into the camera.
That's not smoke, bro. That's
I can do
vape.
that.
Get it right.
Woo!
There we go.
Bala.
Smoke for days.
What about you, Mr. Hare? What's your New Year's resolutions?
I think this year I'm just gonna increase my hug output to my child by at least 300%. I'm just gonna hug it out every day.
That child.
Hug it out.
Another one.
Lost cause. Oh, lost cause. I can't
You're
believe
not even
it.
gonna give her a chance.
No. I'm just gonna
He's
ruin
wait
it.
till she's older to make the choices if she wants a hug or not.
Yeah. How about you balance it before you hug her? Just put some sandpaper all over your chest. So you get the hug in, but then you give her a reason not to want to hug you. Everybody wins.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this. I don't think it's gonna work, but I would like to see her journal entries whenever she's old enough. She's like, Dad just keeps hugging me. Like, what is this deal? I've already cleaved. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, the police keep asking me questions, and I don't know what to tell them anymore.
But for real, I think my New Year's resolution really aligns a lot with what you're talking about. More work-life balance. But, I was thinking about the way that I approach people last year. I feel like I tend to go a little high and to the right a lot of the times. If I'm working and somebody challenges me on something, I immediately go on the defensive and start, just going high and to the right. So my New Year's resolution, other than getting a better work-life balance and spending more time with the family, is staying low and to the left. Try to put myself in other people's shoes and try to see, like, okay, well, he's saying this. Well, let me try to understand him first before I blow him off. That's probably gonna be my approach, and I'm gonna do it with anybody. People from work, family, and see if that positivism, big word over there.
Positivism.
You guys
I like that.
I'm gonna use that
Google that and make sure it's available.
Like, yo, what do you want in your sandwich? Let me get some Swiss, some Genoa salami, some positivism. Just spread it all up on there. Yeah, stretch it around. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Little more,
Pickles.
little more.
But if she just gives it to you without cutting the sandwich in half, she might as well just toss it in your face. Just throw it at you as a frisbee. Like just give me that shit. Just
Yeah, my
Don't
gag
love-
reflex
no
went
respect.
away a long time ago. Like I eat like a duck.
Oh god.
But yeah, that's so now that we talked about our personal New Year's resolutions, Josh, the founder, after a webpage update, Josh is officially the founder. What do you think is going to be the New Year's resolution or 2016's goal for the Big Baby Daddy Cast and for the Gamer Mind website? Like,
Yeah,
where do you
founder
see us
guy.
going in 2016?
Well, gentlemen, countrymen, lend me your ears. No, I think all things considered, I think much in line with my New Year's resolution personally, I think I want to keep everything simple. So the simplest way that I can answer that question as far as the gamermind.com and the Big Baby Daddy Cast, we have the articles, we have the live stream, we have the video games, we got the family stuff, we got the personal stuff. It's all there for people, and I think that what we want, or I think as we move forward, what we should want is just to become our own. We want to make it so that when people say the Big Baby Daddy Cast, or people say the gamermind.com, an image of video games, family, parenting, or just all flood into your mind. Kind of like when you think about sites like IGN and GameSpot, okay, video games, music, movies, reviews, all that. I want it so that our website, what we do with people that we ultimately bring in, have a place to call their own. And it's unique to everywhere else. Because we always say this all the time, we're not journalists, we're not video people, we're not audio people. I mean, you can listen to half the freaking podcast and you can tell that. But I want our website to be its own. And I think that the only way that we can do that is time. So give us some time. Let us show us what you got. And if you got some ideas, throw them out there, because then you could become a part of what we have. And I think what we have is special. I mean, I send these guys and myself updates on how the website is doing. And we just hit a milestone recently. I think last week we hit 1,000 unique visitors to the site. So that means that a single IP.
That's because you weren't here.
Yeah. The 4 months you were away, we had the biggest numbers the site's ever seen. Take it for what it is, bro. I don't know.
People gravitated.
But I think that fact right there proves to me that somewhere somebody's saying, I want something different. I don't want to go on a gaming website and hear a bunch of people who get paid to do this to tell me what I want to think. I want people that have jobs, have full-time jobs, have families, who could only play certain times out of the year to say, well, that's a real fucking dude. I want to listen to him because I'm in the same position as he is. So that comfort zone, you turn us on, you watch us. It's like being around the campfire, drinking a couple beers, talking shit. I like that feeling because when I was growing up, that was my comfort zone. So I want that to be comfortable to people visiting the site.
You mean growing up 21 after?
No, when I was 6 years old, my dad gave me a beer. And it was just downhill from there. And it was gross too. It was a Keystone.
Okay, so that explains a lot.
Oh,
that
God.
explains a lot now.
Yeah, he
Poor
gave
man,
him a beer and a smack on the head, and he's like, for the next one.
Yeah. And then he passed me the bowl of paint chips as I ate and drank my beer. I love you, Dad. Let's go Yankees.
But so talking about getting smacked on the head. Good segue, Josh. Good segue. So I wanted to talk about times that you guys remember that your parents would use your love for gaming as a reason to discipline you. So anytime that you guys would do something wrong and they would take away your games, was that something your parents did? And is that something you guys would do now? So, Gio, I'm going to start with the Spanish guy. Again.
There you go again.
Getting it hard today, G.
It's you're on a roll.
I'm pretty sure Jay hasn't said not a single word since his introduction in the beginning of the episode.
Oh, we got something special for Jay later on.
I got little clips.
As far as me, not really. My mom really mostly just after she'd whipped my ass repeatedly, very hard with multiple objects.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Forgot the question.
It's a subject for another time. That's a different podcast entirely.
That's our
She
after-hour
wouldn't
special.
She wouldn't
Premium.
even take away my video games. Like, I just knew, like, after I got an ass whooping, there was no way in hell I was going to touch my video games until she gave me the okay.
So basically, you kind of already knew that was one of the things that was off the table without even having her say it.
without even have to ask, just the look just tells you, like, yeah, nigga, don't even think about it.
You would look at the game console and you would get the tremors from the beat, and you got just
Yeah, she would, like, I would look at it, and
Automatically feel it.
she would throw a chancleta, and it would somehow go up the stairs, around the stairwell, and then go into my room and smack me in the head. Like, okay, nigga,
So for our non-Spanish speaking individuals,
Thank you. I was
explain
just
to
about
me
to
what
say
a
that.
chancleta is.
yeah. Mommy, no con la chancleta, no.
it's a Spanish version of a flip flop, some sandals.
Chancleta, no, mommy, no. Oh man, brings back memories.
I like how he turned into a tiny Mexican baby when he
No, no.
way, why you keep hitting me for, man? Take it easy.
Shoot. Well, that's one down. Would that be something you would do with your kids, though, Gio? Would that be something that you would use? Like, okay, well, here's a game console. Get to love it. I'm gonna take it away as soon as you misbehave.
Absolutely, I do that with my son. He's 14 years old, and he already knows, like, if you don't have, his grades are not up or where they're supposed to be, or he doesn't do his chores, come the weekend when I allow him to play, either I take it away for the weekend or I take it away for like a whole day, until he makes up whatever he has to make up, and then give it back to him. But I use that because that's something he really enjoys. He loves playing it, so whenever he gets a chance, he'll play it freaking all day. But he knows he has to do what he has to do first in order to be able to play it. So it's a good advantage besides, whipping a child like I was. Very traumatized.
And he's got a chance. He's got a chance in life.
and I don't hug him a lot.
Take him to kickboxing put a blindfold on them and tell all the other guys just have at it. Just
Tell you that
show them how to
boxing
become a
class,
man.
the boxing class is a legal way of hitting your child without seeing this.
Oh, you talking lip to me? We going to the gym. We going to the gym. Oh, wait
It's
till we
3
get to the
o'clock in the
gym.
morning. Dad, don't worry about it. It's 24 hours. I got the key.
Ooh, wait till I get to the. Oh man, wait till I get to the gym. Oh man, he can't even wait. He's gonna stutter. Oh, wait till wait till I get. Oh man, wait till I get.
Then
You're
you got
so
the-
mad you can't even talk.
You got the Rocky music playing in the background in your mind, getting ready to whip his ass. It's the eye of the tiger. Oh shit! I hit my printer.
Hey, good job there, guy.
So Mr. Sims, talk to us. Tell us about yourself. Tell us, was this something that your parents did to you?
Oh
The
god,
remix. Talk.
it was. Well,
You guys
I
didn't
remember
set
one
a
time.
beat, man.
Oh, there you go. Now, I remember one time, Jay, I was playing one of your favorite games on the original PlayStation, Siphon Filter. And man, I remember I was getting into the game. It was like late at night, and man, my dad was so pissed because I was up. It was like 2 a.m. and I still had to go to school. Man, he came in there and he took that damn PlayStation. He bashed the hell out of it.
He broke your shit on you.
He broke it.
Like just because you were up late playing that, that's why. He broke
Yeah. Well, because I was up the night before. Same thing. And he kept
but
pounding on the door.
Siphon
Go to
Filter,
bed.
I mean,
Go to bed.
You should have said, "Hey, Dad, hey, stop hitting me first. Just stop. Here, grab the controller.
Try the game. Try the game.
Yeah.
Like,
Try.
want to play with me? I got an extra
He
controller.
probably did. He probably tried while I was at school or something. And he probably got.
You know why?
pissed,
Because
and
you were
was like,
fucking
"Nah, I
up
can't
his
do this."
save. That's why.
But
Little did you know he had a secret PlayStation.
yeah, he probably did. But no, he after he broke it and whatnot, I went to bed. I was mad as hell. I was a good way into it because after a while he bought me another one with the game.
It's like
Oh,
they
because my
do this
mom,
themselves.
because my mom like cussed him out and shit like that. It was horrible. I was like, oh shit,
Your mom
I
was
see
like-
who wears the pants.
Your mom was like, "Oh, you broke his PlayStation. Now all he does is talk to me all day. Can you please get him another PlayStation so you shut him up?" Freaking kid and stupid stories.
But that's just funny. I'm talking about them now. They call me.
They know. They know.
They know they're watching right now. Is
You
this
got
live?
hugged a lot when you were.
The chancleta is coming.
Yeah.
Or the flip
Wait,
flop
we
for
live
you
streaming?
guys.
What?
But yeah, he after he like I said, he broke it, and he bought me another one, and it was just bad. My mom tore into him, and it was just he never did it again. So
They probably didn't want to waste the money.
probably didn't, man.
Yeah, he did it
What
to
about you,
himself
Josh?
though.
I think he just wanted to see how the game ended.
It's like a
Permanently.
Metal Gear Solid ripoff.
What about you, Josh?
So like video games, like much like Jay said, that was my thing. I didn't have anything else. I didn't go outside a lot when I was a kid, so they knew at a very young age. I mean, talk about like I think the first game I played was on the Atari 2600. So it was the Atari, it was the Nintendo, Genesis, and it just went up from there. So they knew very well that if they wanted me to do some shit right, that take away the game, and all of a sudden he starts to, oh my god, he's like a straight A student, he's going to gym, he's not cutting class. I think the worst thing I ever did to get the game taken away was so we used to get our progress reports or report cards, and when I first started school, you used to get them at the beginning of the year, and then you get them at the end of the year. But then as you got older, you'd get them at the end of your quarter, so you'd get like 4 report cards in a year. And that was like at that junction, like that middle school junction where the parents wasn't really hip on that yet. So I used to like, fuck up during the middle of the year and then like, make it better by the end. So I'm like, yeah, I got my first report card. It's great because you don't know shit, your first report card. Hey, you're doing great. Then you get to the last one. It's like, oh, you did great again. Oh, let's get them more video games. But then they started getting hip to the game at the education center. And they started mailing these fuckers to your house. And if you didn't have the key to the mailbox, or if you didn't get home before your parents did, they got those. And I think that I was on that streak where it's like, you can't touch me. I'm getting all the report cards, and I'm like, yeah. I get home one day. She's like, hey, son. I'm like, hey, mom, how you doing? She's like, how's school? I'm like, school's great. She's like, you doing all your grades? You doing all your classes? You passed all your tests? I'm like, yeah. I'm gonna go play some Genesis. She's like, about that. And she held up the cord to the cut Genesis cable that linked to the TV. She's like, you, bedroom, naked, 5 minutes. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna die.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah. So, as an adult, I would have been all for it. Like, all right, let's do this. Let's naked now. Where's the butterscotch? But no.
Isn't this another thing for the premium members?
Yeah. We'll give them a sneak peek. So, needless to say, I got
the
my
actual video.
Man, you better get those artists working on that Photoshop.
Needless to say, I did not reroute the progress reports after that. But I never got a Genesis again. I think my next console after that was like the GameCube, or like my brother got it. But yeah, that was like the pinnacle of fuck-uppery that caused me an entire console. Like, it was bad. Wow. Like, and then they set unrealistic, like, they want to punish you, but they want to punish you so hard that it like mirrors the ass whipping that you got that day. So it's like, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna punish you for 2 weeks. It's like, I'm gonna punish you until you have fucking grandchildren, and then they're gonna be punished. And you're just like, all right, ma, it's like 6:30. Can we have dinner now? No, you can't eat either. So go to bed and shut up. And you're like, all right, well, I'm still hungry though. Pretty sure you, by law, you have to feed me. What about you, Manny? What was the? I know you fuck up a lot. I see it in your face. Dude. You got that shit-eating grin, like, yeah.
Eating your hair.
Oh man, I did so much stuff, and it's funny because Josh is talking about his father breaking his PlayStation. My parents probably bought me more consoles than they should have, because every single console that I had, they broke it because I did something wrong. And I started at the Atari, then the Nintendo, then I had a Genesis briefly, very briefly. Let me see. I had a Game Boy. That one actually just broke out of natural causes. It never made it to my parents' hands.
So
and let me see.
Up. It was kind of expensive. Like, you were an expensive fuck up.
Oh, dude, and it's funny because I think I get the going high and to the right a mixture from both parents, but it was my mom, man. She would lose it, and I used to get the beatings, but if the beatings weren't working, because you can only spank your child so many times before he starts kind of creating a resistance to it. Like, you learn how to hold your breath. And you're like, oh, here it comes. And she's waiting for you to like breathe back in. Oh, there we go.
She has to catch you between breaths, so it actually hurts. It's like when you take medicine.
And but I remember the worst one was that, and I admit it, I had some lip when I was a kid, and I gave my mom some lip out of I did something stupid, and it was something, I came back from school. She's asking me to do homework and do my chores, and I give her some lip. And she must have had a bad day because she went high and to the right, and then we started arguing. But I'm 16 years old now, or 15 years old. And I had a Dreamcast then, and she looks at me, and I'm taller than her. So she says, no. If I'm not going to spank you, then I'm going to hurt you, hurting something that you like. So she grabbed the Dreamcast, and she was so angry that she grabbed a knife and stabbed the crap out of that Dreamcast. And then, we had really good knives. That Dreamcast was tore up.
So wait, let me get this straight. Your mom, the woman that birthed you, the woman that probably breastfed you, I don't know why that was relevant, but we'll go with it.
I'm listening.
A knife to your Dreamcast, the best generation console of its generation, I might add, if you don't already know. the same woman that actively still plays Grand Theft Auto 5 effectively like all the time.
Times change.
Yeah. She was like, well, if you can't beat them, join them,
Oh man, but that was probably the worst console that got it, because I never thought our knives were that good, but they were. It went right through it, and man, that Dreamcast got busted. And it's funny because we talk about it now and we laugh, but man, she was real scary when she was doing that. I've never seen my mom do something like that, but
that shit ain't funny,
she was so angry.
Moment of silence for the Dreamcast.
Pour one for the Dreamcast. Wait, I got some pickle juice for the Dreamcast. Pour one out there.
Oh, goodness. Can't believe he grabbed the pickle jar. On camera. You know this is going on the internet, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I just want to let you know. You can't take it back. Once it's out there, it's out there.
Josh, can you please edit that, man? I don't want anybody to see it.
I'll take out the pickle and put man on it. Just some green man juice.
Just make sure that in here it says man juice. Can you edit it? Can you put man juice? And, just edit that in. That's also going in the internet. But yeah, that was probably the worst. But I'm tired of talking about beatings and that part of our nostalgia. But it's good remembering that. I feel, just because we've gone some ways, and I think it's kind of shaped the way that we handle our children. Like, for example, you're not a guy that gets his hands on his kid. You kind of reason a lot more with them. And Mr. Sims, I don't know you too much, but I'm pretty sure that our generation kind of grew out of that way of parenting, and we kind of choose a different way. But moving on to the things about the website, there's a new article that we created, a new section altogether, as part, kind of to go in tandem with the idea that Josh had of the Gamer Mind Originals. I hope you guys are liking it. I haven't seen any stories on Lilith. You guys are disappointing me. I want to see that story grow, and so does Josh. He wants to see it grow big. Wait. What are we talking about, guys?
Freeze that.
Yeah,
no, that one you leave in.
The Gamer Mind Originals is something that I think we all have to put it's going to be our own little baby. So in my situation, it was the story of Lilith, where you add to the story, we publish the story, you get a copy of the book, and you get to be a published author by means of the website. So that's my baby. Our new addition. Oh, he's so cute with his little T-shirt on. He looks so cute. I want him to also add to the Gamer Mind Originals in his own way, and I'll let him describe the majority of the stuff that he has going on in just a second. But Manny put up something on the site. It's called Development Stimulus. It's a part of a larger entity, and it's just about game development, really. It's about you being the developer. Mine is you be the storyteller. So take it for what it is. Read up on it and comment if you like it, if you hate it, if you don't, whatever. But we want to put that out there for you guys as far as it being unique to our website. And I don't want to give too many things away, because I think the article's great. It has some nice pictures on it. It's different from an actual blog post in that it's not necessarily an article. It's kind of like a starting point. So you hit that note, you see what we have to say, and then you add to it. So that's going to be on Manny's part. But Sims, Jay, he has his own thing that he does, and I don't know if we're going to add this to the site, but I want him to get into his fan fiction and what it means to him, and how long has he been doing for, and just let us know what's going on with that, man.
Well, basically, I've created numerous forum-based RPG sites. I've been doing role plays ever since '93. My cousin actually got me into that. And it was actually back with D&D on Dice. And then we obviously, evolved to Star Wars, the role-playing game with that. And that was actually fun. Then, lo and behold, the internet breaks out, and here we go. We can actually do this shit online now. It's more people from all over the parts of the world. I have a Star Wars one, Star Trek one. I even have a Star Wars meets Star Trek universe type deal. I have a Underworld, Transformers, either from the 80s. It's a combination of all of it, either from like the 80s cartoon, which I grew up with. I love that show. To the movies. It's and everything in between. As long as it just doesn't get too in depth with like, characters from that film. When I do everything outside of the original cast.
So basically, what you're saying is like it's in the world in context, but all the stories that come out of it are original.
Right. Like we have like an admin team, like how we do, where we come up with ideas, and then sometimes we'll take a vote on it, sometimes not, depending on how everybody really feels about it. But nine times out of 10, from the sites I create, I'm pretty open with that. I have no problem with saying, all right, you want to start up one? Go ahead, start it up. But it needs to be, when you make the initial post, it needs to be, more than just one paragraph. It needs to be, this is the place, this is where, this is when, and all that, what's leading up to it. But going back, I also have, like, 'cause I was also a huge fan of Sons of Anarchy. I created one for that too. I didn't want to see that end. Are you kidding me? So, lo and behold, I brought that one. Huh?
They ended that too soon.
It did. Yeah, it could have gone 10 seasons. But on the other hand, and I know there's a lot of Walking Dead fans, I have one of those too.
Oh,
I can
there
see
goes
Jay,
Josh.
I can see Jay
Lost
doing
him.
that.
Josh is gone.
Wow.
I think that's awesome because that kind of falls directly in line to where Manny and I are going with it. It's like you ever get that one book that you're reading it, it's like 400 pages, you get to the end and you're like, damn, you've immersed yourself so fully into the book, the movie, the video game, the story, the characters, and then it just gone. And then you can say, well, man, shit, if I was continuing the story, I can keep it going. Not to say you'll do it better or worse, or just saying that you can keep this train going. You know what I'm saying? And I think that the weakest link in the chain here needs to come up with his own Game of Mine originals. I don't know. Yeah, it's the guy with the head behind you. But no, yeah, I think that's a great thing, and I think that while we still need to kind of iron out how we're going to integrate into the site, I think that once we find that sweet spot, we'll get it up there so people could add to it, and I would love to see where that goes because I'm always curious as to how dedicated fans of a specific genre choose to steer the boat because those are the ones that know the person's eye color, they know their maiden names, they know every little thing about them, and then they want to build upon that. I think that's a great thing.
Yeah.
Well, whenever you guys and the sites that you're doing, is it just story or does it go and actually have also the game integrated to it? Is it also the role playing immersement in there as well?
It goes in. It has like. Yeah, I guess you could say, like it has. You have a character bio sheet which you make. It tells you when he was born, how he grew up, and all that, and then it goes into like I say for Star Wars one, it goes in, he's very young or whatever. Then he goes in for his training. Now, obviously, of course, after a while we have to skip ahead. That way we can bring him and that person into a main storyline. And then, we just say that his training takes place, 20 years before this and whatever.
So basically you use the same architecture as a game like D&D, and instead of using the characters and stuff in a fantasy world, you use that of those in like the world of a Star Wars setting, correct?
Right.
Okay. That makes that's kind of like the playground you guys use. You're just using different pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And, and you just build up from that. You gain... Depending on how active you are, how much you post within a day. I mean, because normally I know people have just like us, we have jobs and all that and other real life stuff going on. So sometimes you can't log in every day. That's fine. Just let someone know. But what we try to do is we try to at least make it to one to 4 posts a day, if you can. And if not, just let us know. Then, and sometimes we can ghostwrite you and say, all right, well, this person did this, but now he's tending to a wound or something like that. He's just off until he comes back and be like, all right, so and so healed, and now he's coming back to you. I
kind of find this stuff interesting because I think now with the video games that we have out now, everything is so super saturated with like action creates reaction, and to where you shoot something, something dies. But how about if you made an action, and the fact that you are a parent or the fact that you have a job, you don't get to see the result of a particular action until the next time you log in. So the next time you log in, you can see a bunch of stuff might have happened in your absence, but you still have control over now. Okay, now it's my turn. Now I can continue to move the story forward, and I have to think about what I'm doing because the stuff that happens while I'm away could be really significant. And if I don't, it's almost like a game of chess. If I don't put my pieces in the correct order, I might lose a battle, or I might lose health, or my relationships with this character might go south. I think that's great because it's kind of like that, like we were talking about a couple podcasts ago, the Tamagotchi. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, well, you feed the Tamagotchi, you do all this stuff, and then like if you do right by it, it might have Tamagotchi babies, but that's later on. You don't get to see that right then and there. You have to give it time.
Right.
So when you come back and you see, oh, I did right by this thing had more babies, whatever, I succeeded. On the stark contrast to that, it's like, well, if I don't take this as seriously as the other people here, I might be written off this thing completely. So it gives you that sense of urgency, but it also has that time difference in the middle, and I think that's pretty damn cool. I didn't really hit me until now, but I kind of see where this is going, and it sounds in the right setting, it could be really effective.
Well, because and it's actually like I don't want to actually toot my own horn or nothing, toot. But it's the Transformers site, the Star Wars site, and the Star Trek site they were all 3 created roughly the same day. And that was now it's 6 years ago.
Jeez.
And they're still active. Because then I remember like one time while at work, I just started a mission the night before I went to work. By the time I went to bed, it was on page 2. When I went to work, it was on page 8.
Jeez.
So you just got to, a lot of times it's not, because it's not like, a group of my friends that I know personally that doing that. It's people that, your little thing of Google search, they type in what they really like, and they click on that, and, they read the storyline and be like, oh, shit, okay, well, I'll just join up and do it that way.
So let's say for the purposes of a website that you are now a part of, let's say, hypothetically speaking, would you be able to break down the rules for a person that has maybe never done this before, who may want to express interest?
All the rules are actually posted on there. It's basically to begin a gameplay, you have to actually create a character first, then it has to get approved by the administrators, which it's my site, so I created. But I also have 2 other administrators on all the other sites. That way they can approve it without me if I can't log on.
Or if you get like an overabundance.
We also have a thing of also have a thing of don't harass other members. Because on the forum-based sites we have an actual PM section, private message section. You can actually click on that and send private messages to people where you don't want other people to see and all that. You know what? That's fine and dandy. I wish I can actually take that feature off, but it lets other people know, oh shit, well, all right, you can't say this. You have to refer to yourself in the third person, something like that. Just rules, quick basically. Little.
You got rules to what you guys do.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, and there's also a thing we say God moding. Now you can't God mode. You can't say one person just took on 5,000 people and survived without a scratch on him. That's just ridiculous.
That's the Konami code, bro. Up, down, left, right, select start. I know I did that.
Gotta love Contra.
AB in there or something.
AB. Select start. But yeah, I mean, and the rules are actually very simple. I like free roam. I like the amount of ideas people give me. I like the feedback people give me and all that. I won't turn away an idea. I'll be like, all right, well, if we have more than 2 or 3 storylines, I'll be like, no, let's not do this. Well, let's just wait until we finish at least one of them,
So it
or at
sounds
least
like
it
if you would
comes
have
dead.
more people, you'd need more moderators, you'd need more admins.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I would really like to implement that into the site, and I'm so glad we had this podcast because that like my mind is making like ideas right now, and it's going. It's like blah blah blah. So we're gonna try
Join.
to get that. Yeah.
Join.
I don't know, man. If you get a Halo world in there, maybe I'll do something with that. Only if I can be the Master Chief. But that's yes.
Now you got to create your own. Remember?
What do you think about that, G? What's one of the worlds that you could see yourself actually participating in? In that regard.
Probably like maybe like a Halo type scenery type thing. I could definitely see myself, and I was actually just thinking about that as you guys were just talking about it. Maybe writing a story, like maybe like how Master Chief, was when he was born, and him growing up and stuff like that. Like I could see myself writing something, to that matter. So it's actually pretty interesting. I think I might do it.
Cool. What say you, Mr. Manny?
Now you're giving me an idea.
Next project. Let me see. There's not that many game worlds that I'm truly excited about, but I really enjoyed playing through Mass Effect, and that's probably one of the few worlds that I feel like, oh, this is something I can get into, and just because of how. Even though there's a lot of cliche stuff in Mass Effect, the action set pieces and the story, but the world itself, I felt was so, the art direction was so genuine. I never really seen a whole lot of things like it.
Waiting, coming. He said genuine. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Oh God.
Let's do it. Okay.
The only one that I always quote from Genuine is "In those jeans."
In those
Yeah.
That was my favorite song, by the way.
That would be your favorite song, Mr. Pants.
Wow.
Mr. Pants.
Can't remember
Mr.
what?
Pants.
Who are you talking about?
I think Gio has this unnatural obsession with pants.
I have a pants fetish.
If he could only remember who wore them.
That guy.
Skinny jeans.
With the skinny jeans.
But that's probably one of the few games that I would really like to continue diving into, and I'm excited that they announced Mass Effect Andromeda, and I like how in the trailers they leave little Easter eggs for you to kind of, guess what the story's going to be about. I wish that story would continue more past Andromeda. I really enjoy their game world, and past maybe doing an action game, maybe doing something else. I know that Star Wars has done a lot of things to grow. Like they did the MMORPG. They got books that you can actually do D&D role playing with. So I would like for Mass Effect to continue growing in that direction because their game world for me is very appealing. It's just. To me, it looks so different. I don't know what you guys think, but that's how I view Mass Effect very uniquely and thoroughly enjoyed it. Probably more than I should have.
I think that a lot of that stuff, that whole fanfare and the whole thing, like while you would like it to be done, I think that what we forget to think about a lot of the times is that those stories, those worlds are the products of major corporations, and the last thing that they want to do is saturate it by allowing it to get away from them. They want to covet it so that every time they drop a Mass Effect, you've got millions and millions of people that are going to play it. Now, if you put it out there, kind of like what they did to Halo, and they had the Halo Wars thing, and then they had a bunch of stuff on the iPhone and whatever. I think that when you start to do that, you start to the punch that it once had, like the Halo 2 launches and the movies, that crack across the face every 2 or 3 years, it gets lessened because you're giving them a little bit more, and it's like, all right, by the time they get to that big Andromedas or they get to the Halo 5s, it's kind of like, all right, well, I've been around this block before. What, do you got something new for me? Do you got anything else I can sink my teeth into? So I think that unfortunately, as fans of those products, I think it kind of sucks for us because we would love to see it go different places. I know I would.
I kind of disagree. I agree in the fact that if they continue the same doing it in the same within the same medium, then it's gonna get saturated. But if they do it in a different style, like I understand they do books. Like I know there's some books out there for Mass Effect, but if they were to reintroduce the game with a different game style, instead of doing an action game, maybe doing an exploration game for Mass Effect, or like a game where you, instead of playing like the world hero, where you're the guy that's trying to investigate what happened in an area, and that's the gameplay right there. Kind of like an LA Noire, but without any of the shooting. Like if they were to reintroduce the game in a different perspective, I think it would be good. It would be a good way to continue the story without saturating the same gameplay style. Because I think people hate Call of Duty, for example, because they keep doing their shooting mechanics are so tight and so good. Oh man, so tight, so tight.
It's so tight.
Wait, what are you talking about again?
And the pickles,
And then
Man juice.
It's very
Pickle
tough for
mascot
them.
the site.
I think if we put that as one of the keywords, we'll get a lot of hits. The pickle episode. That's the name.
I think that you're
That's
right.
the name.
Though. Like instead of it being like always kind of saving the galaxy, always kind of this grandiose, epic adventure. Like you save that for your blockbusters, but like almost like a more focused kind of like, all right, we're gonna isolate this planet or these series of planets, and we're going to focus on one character and his journey or her journey, and it's going to be a more intimate affair as opposed to it being just a grand spectacle action game. It'll be like with a story like Mass Effect, and it doesn't have to be Mass Effect, but we're using this as a jumping point. It could be like a trading game where you work as a ship that's trading goods, and then that's the gameplay. But then you get sucked into this other storyline. So I get it. You instead of it being this grand epic thing, you can kind of say, well, within this world, we're going to change the game mechanics. When it's not going to be an action game, it'll be like a spacefaring game where you control a ship, or this is your crew. I can definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah, and that's why I really respect games. Like I remember when Star Wars came out, and they used to just have like first person shooting games when they were starting out. They obviously, I'm not talking about the side scrolling games that Star Wars did. And for some time, they just had like third person action, and then they went to doing the Knights of the Old Republic. But in there, they presented
baby, by the way.
Yeah, and that's a great game. Knights of the Old Republic definitely's got some great story, and I loved it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But I loved it whenever they came out with Republic Commando. I just thought it was a different way to play that was and in the same game world that you got to explore a different storyline. And I feel bad that they never really continued the story with Republic Commando, because that was I love that game. I thought that was really good whenever it came out. Love it or hate it.
They were talking about it, but they actually ran out of ideas for it. Because they actually incorporated some of the storyline into the Old Republic MMO.
Oh, I gotcha. Well, that's another way to continue it. But yeah, definitely there's ways to not saturate the game by providing different gameplay styles, because people get bored. Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of people getting bored, you guys can have your own fucking Star Wars, Star Trek battle ship cast.
Hey.
It's going to be the second podcast to the site. It's going to be the Let's Talk About Stars cast.
Well, we can move on to our main topic. I wanted to talk about us as parents using gaming as an incentive for our children. So how would you guys introduce that to your kids? And I think I want to start with Mr. Sims over here. He's got the most experience being a parent.
Oh fuck.
So, did you ever introduce games to kind of make your kids not make your kids, but kind of make your kids do what you want? That's,
Don't make your kids, but kind of make them.
Candy.
yeah, but make them do their homework and whatever. You know what I mean.
Well, believe it or not, my daughter never really got into games, the ones I play, but she plays like that Club Penguin game on the PC, and I'm just like, oh god, because she keeps before she was always like, Dad, could you help me do this? And I'm like, I'm giving her a deer in a headlight look. I'm like, where's the controller? But
I mean, penguins are cool, bro. You see Happy Feet? Come on.
That's one movie I wish I could have unseen. But anyway. But no, like the only one I really took a liking to the games that I play is my son. Me and him, we played countless hours of fucking WWE. His whole game was WWE 13, and he loves that game. I created him a character, created my character, and Jay, you have I kind of dedicated his entrance song to you for that Fall Out Boy song that you always used to blare in your car. That was his theme song. He loved it until I got him on Slipknot.
Yeah, of course. Devil worshipping music. That's exactly what we want to instill in our kids.
Yep.
Why not?
Every parent will go through that stage.
No hugs, no Slipknot. Continue.
But ever since he got the Wii, he's been playing like Smash Brothers. And I'm like, okay, so WWE kind of faded out unless his cousin came over and played. But other than that, yeah, I mean, other than that, that was pretty much the only thing that he really, and then as far as like, yeah, when he's bad, I'll take it away, and he'll be like, no, and then yeah, just like how Jay was saying, was saying earlier, he was completely and utterly like the whole halo came out over the top of his head, and he was like glowing white and shit like that.
What kind of difference in like his behavior did you notice before you introduced him to video games and after?
Oh shit! I do have to say, and this is pretty fucking bad. He ever since he really got into WWE, he has been like wrestling everybody. And before he was like kind of quiet and timid, and now he'll come up and try to body slam your ass.
Well, that's good. That means that he's broken out of that social awkward shell to where
because one of our mutual friends came over one time a while back ago. And he went in, he came over. My son was talking to him, or he was trying to talk to my son rather, and he ducked behind me. And so when he, after about being outside for about 30 minutes, he kind of warmed up to him. He went inside and got one of those, you remember those big ass carnival blow up hammers?
Yeah.
He came outside and whacked the shit out of him.
Be my friend.
But after I got him hooked on WWE, it's bad to say, but yeah, he became a little bit more violent with that. I had to kind of tone it down with him.
At least he won't get picked on in school.
Yeah, he hasn't.
So, did you notice after he started picking up gaming and it was an incentive every time you took it away, do you feel that he would overreact more over the simple things instead of actually, getting the appropriate level of distress out of getting something taken away like that? Because I've noticed with kids, especially at an early age, if you give them the game as an incentive for them to be good, every time you take away the video game, their reaction to that is being taken away is completely disproportionate with what you're actually doing. It's almost like you're beating them up.
Let me answer that one, because my 14-year-old, no matter what he does, it could be very small, it could be very big. If I take it away from him, to them, it's like that was a little bit OD. Like, why would you have to take away my whole system because I didn't freaking pass my class or something? Like, anything. He could murder somebody, and you take away the system, he's still gonna be like, why did you take away my system? Like, no. I'm just saying I think what they have to understand is you need to make sure you explain to them why it is that you took the system away. A lot of times, I don't know, me growing up, like, my mom kicked my ass. I knew it was because of one thing, but she never sat down with me afterwards and explain, like, this is why I did this. You can't do this or you can't do that. But for me, I always make sure, like, I talk to my kids, like, listen, I did this and this and this because you did this one thing. If you do this and this and this again, I'm going to do this and this and this to you. And I guess you guys get the point now.
Everybody's just this and all the this and this is
this and this and this.
So Gio says that it's more tied to the kid's personality. Is that what you're saying, that a kid may be, with his ingrained personality is going to overreact to whatever he already likes, whether it's a video game or whatever, he's going to overreact. It doesn't matter what it is, because whatever the thing it is that he does that is an incentive to be good, if you take it away from him, he's going to overreact. It doesn't matter what it is. So it's not necessarily tied to the game. I could see that from personal experience. I'll tell you, I used to be a crybaby when I was a kid, but I used to cry over like,
still are.
Gio, why'd you gotta be so
stuck in
damn
the middle of the
honest,
ocean?
Like half that liquid in the pickle juice is his tears.
His tears. The other half was sent by Josh. I still don't know what it is. I'm afraid to even ask.
Put those bad boys on ice, bro.
I think he's a little dehydrated.
Yeah. When I said to send me like new things that we could do for the website, I didn't think this was going to be it. I don't think this should be swag. Like, hey,
how do you think they make glow sticks, bro?
That's him holding that thing up. That's our screenshot for the site. You know that, right?
Oh yeah. That's gonna be the
screenshot for the podcast right there. That's it.
Hey, make sure to blur this out. We don't want to say what this is, and beep whenever I say it.
Hair and man juice.
If they want us to show their products on this show, they gotta pay. Or if we don't want to get sued, that's the other one.
Those thoughts and feelings expressed by Mr. Manny Santiago do not necessarily reflect those of the BigBabyDaddy.com or the Big Baby Daddy Cast.
But I'm with Gio because I used to be a big crybaby. I used to cry about hey mom, these kids are picking on me. These kids don't want to talk to me. Hey mom, why can't I go outside and play basketball? You're grounded. Like I used to cry over those things, but I also got beaten. So I didn't cry a whole lot because I was like, well, they took that away and I'm grounded, but I didn't get a whooping. So, there was a bigger penalty for my misbehavior other than losing a video game or not being able to go outside and play. So it was definitely diffused by the fact that I didn't get a whooping. And I feel with the kid only knowing that the video game is the incentive to be good, and if you take it away, that's the worst that's ever going to happen, his reaction to him losing it is going to be the same one as if somebody's getting whipped, because he's never gotten whipped. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He does not know.
And then 20 years later, you get fucking 4 of them sitting down on a podcast recording fucking video on how they got beat as children. This is why you don't hug your kids. I'm telling you.
All of you were hugged. All of you were hugged. Look at how messed up you are.
I got hugged really bad once by the fucking remote control the back of the head.
Should have been watching that.
Oh, left a good mark. That's a good hug. That was a good hug. The ones that leave a mark are the best hugs. Those are it. Yeah, some hugs are so good that a baby comes out. Those are not the best ones. All right, so Josh.
Yes.
You haven't really talked on this section on gaming as an incentive. I want to get your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts, Mr. Master of Time and Space, Dr. Vasquez?
I gotta side with Gio on this one, man. I think that you need to. It's kind of like whenever, if you ever held like a management position, you give somebody a project to do, you give them a task to complete, and you always got to follow up. Okay, so if you can, we're talking about video games here as something that's tangible, but it could be anything really. Think about places that don't have electricity. Think about places that you can't afford necessarily a PS1 or PS2 or Xbox 360. Think about those places where you give a kid a baseball and a bat. That's their world. You know what I'm saying? They're not necessarily going to grow up to be, Ken Griffey Jr., but that's their form of video game. So they fuck up, you take that away, you have to instill in them, okay, this is what you did wrong. This is what happens. However, if you do this the opposite way of what you did wrong, then you'll get a baseball mitt, or you'll get to play outside in the diamond, and I'll take you to a baseball game. They got to know that their reward is far more lucrative than what they will do oppose that. So yeah, you can cut school, but you'll never see a baseball again in your goddamn life. That's number one. Number two, but if you do what you're supposed to do, then not only will you get the baseball, not only will you get whatever you need, cleats or whatever, but you'll get a hug too. Like, you'll get a hug from strangers like that. I know this guy, his name is Rick, he lives on the corner. I'm pretty sure he just got out of jail, but he'll hug you all day if you want. I mean, just do the right thing.
Is that before or after you drop the soap?
I don't know. It's during. It's the reason why you drop the soap.
So that's interesting, the point you bring, because you're saying that the incentive or the game, it's not really the incentive per se, but it's really a privilege that you're giving your kid. Like, I am giving you the privilege for you to enjoy this time doing X activity, and then I'm going to take that privilege away.
Yeah, but not simply because you don't earn these things by just existing. You earn them because you've been doing something. See, that's the thing.
Above and beyond.
Yeah, I think that's where we mess up as parents now, and I think that's where our parents kind of fucked up, because 9 times out of 10 when I receive something, I didn't receive it because I did something well. I received it just because I asked for it. It's Christmas time, and your mom says, "Oh, what do you want for your birthday?" "Oh, I want an Xbox." "Okay, well, we'll give you an Xbox." It wasn't like, "Okay, well, if you do well in school, you'll get an Xbox. But if you don't do well in school, I will take the Xbox away." So I usually just got things because it was necessity, as far as like a gift for Christmas or a gift for a holiday. But it was never, I got this gift because I got an A in my class. But trust and believe, if I got a D in my class, I would get that taken away. So it's very important for them to make that distinction, that connection, to where, if I do well, I will get something good. If I do bad, I will get that good taken away. And I think that once that connection is bridged, they will understand it and are less likely to do the negative outcome. Is the point that I think Gio was trying to make. And I think that he's doing a great thing by telling his kid, like, hey, listen, it's not the end of the world. There's so many things encompassing the lessons that he's teaching his son, because it's not the end of the world. People fuck up. It's okay to fuck up. I'm gonna whip your ass if you fuck up, and I'm gonna take away the games if you fuck up. But it's not the end of the world. I'm giving you the opportunity to rectify your mistake, and hopefully, by you learning this lesson, you will be less likely to make this mistake in the future.
And I think that's what's the problem with the generation these days. Like, the parents are not taking the time to show their child, where they went wrong and how they could fix it and what they could do better, and, the rewards things. Instead, they, let their kids run over them. They let them kids do whatever the hell they want to do, be outside as long as they want, go disappear and come back whenever they want. And if that trend keeps going on, then the next generation is going to be even worse than what it is already today. So I think we just really need to be on top of our children and just, be there, both positive, during the good times and bad times. Not every relationship with their child is going to be perfect and happy. They're going to be upset at you. You're going to be upset at them. But that's part of life. That's part of having a family. And you just need to be there for each other and make sure at the end, you show them everything you do for them and to them is because you care about them and you want what's best for them.
So as long as a parent, you're willing to accept the fact that it's not going to be perfect, do you think that's going to make it easier for parents to be able to deal with their children in a more mature way, instead of them trying to kind of gain their children's favor. Because I kind of feel that a lot of parents, I'm not going to say today's parents, I don't want to be that old guy that's saying, "Oh, that this new generation, I don't get them, I don't understand their music," and
Are you calling me an old guy, asshole? I know where you live.
Whatever. You're not gonna find me. I live in the middle of nowhere. You're gonna lose yourself before you find me.
Start your trace. Start your trace.
Yeah, but on his drive to Vidalia, he's like, "Oh man, I ran out of food while I was coming
My
over."
GPS stopped working.
Next
I don't
rest
know where
stop
I'm
for
going.
185 miles. Guess I'll go to Manny's house.
But yeah, I think I understand that if you already take that away, if you're not trying to impress your kid, because I feel that's what parents try to do nowadays. They try to gain their kids' favor as opposed to guiding their kids to doing good. They want to kind of be their friend more than their parent. Parents that act like that, and you can be your kid's friend, but it's not about necessarily being their friend when you have their relationship with your children, but being the person that they can trust. They can trust you to do good by them. So even if doing good by them means like, oh, this that you did is wrong, and we have to punish you for it, just so that you know that there's a negative. But I appreciate you telling me, because it could have been even worse.
Gio's son has demonstrated that. I mean, because if Gio was doing a bad job as a father, I think that him by him taking, let's say for example, he took the game away because he wasn't doing his homework or whatever. I think the next time that Gio would say, "Hey, son, you want to go to the boxing ring to go box a little bit?" If his son turned to him and said, "You know what, nah," I think that no would probably hurt Gio more than any ass whipping that he can give to his son, because at that point he is lost as a father, because his son would essentially be saying to him, "You fucked up. I mean, I did all I could do. I tried my hardest, and you still punished me. So why am I gonna go spend time with some dude that expects perfection?" And I think that the reason why his son goes out with him and he still continues to do better despite the fuck ups, I think that his son has recognized that he's doing it, and he's also understanding that, okay, well, maybe I did fuck up and maybe I do deserve my game taken away, but this guy's not a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? He's doing what he has to do because he loves me, but he's not setting unreasonable expectations. Stay in school, Get your shit done, and maybe you'll be grounded. But hey, you want to go to the boxing ring for a little bit, get some steam off? Yeah, sure, Dad, no problem. And I think that to what you were saying, Manny, is like they can say it's the end of the world all they want, but what they're really telling you as a father, Gio, is translate all the, "Oh, it's the end of the world, my gaming's taken away," whatever. It's him saying, "I can't believe I fucked up again. Why can't I get my shit together? I'm going to take this on the chin, but I'm not going to take it out without a fight. But you know what? I'm going to try harder next time."
Exactly. You need to learn where to draw that line to where you as a parent don't want to cross it, where you're, instead of trying to guide your child in the right path, you're instilling fear and trying to like threaten them with everything. Like it's not about the threat. It's about, you gotta learn in life as you grow up, it's always going to be consequences for every single action that you do. And not everything is going to, lead you in the same direction. There's so many different paths that you could take. It all depends on the action and the choice that you make as a person. Everybody has their own choice, and I make sure, I always tell them, like, if you knew you had to do this one thing, but you chose to do something else, and that's where you went wrong. You need to make sure you think about something before you do it. That way you understand, okay, well, if I do it, then this is what's going to happen. If I don't do it, then this bad thing's going to happen. So I want him to be able to make his own choices. Eventually, he's already 14 years old. He's about to go into high school. Like, he's going to be making a lot more choices on his own. And, I just hope and pray that, he finds it in himself to remember all the, all the shit I put him through, that kind of like to, push him in the right way. That way
so
he
that
makes his own.
You don't have to be the one to make those decisions for him. Because right now, that's what essentially you're doing. You're saying, okay, well, no, wrong. That was the wrong decision. This is your consequences. So like, okay, well, as an adult, you can pay this bill to keep your lights on. Nah, fuck it, I'm not. Boom, lights turn off. Nobody's there to spank you. Nobody's there to do anything. You fucked up, and now, as a result of your fuck up, you have no light. So good luck with that, homie.
So I like how we broke this down. It's good that we took this from gaming as an incentive and kind of broke it down to how it actually it is being used and how it is being interpreted by kids. I think this was a good chat, guys. You know, it's a good way to also for me to reinforce my New Year's resolution about positivism. That's what I'm going for. Positivism.
Higher to the right, bro.
See, that's the title for this podcast. How do you spell that now?
From now on, I'm going to. It's POSITism. That's how you spell it. Oh man, but yeah, I'm ready to move on. I like this conversation. This was good. This is good to have.
Also, an article, just a plug. I'm gonna do a shameless plug now. An article will be going on the site in about a day or so. I would say in conjunction with this podcast. So you have the video podcast, you'll have the audio podcast, and you'll have an article by our own Giovanni Pacheco on his
what?
Yeah.
I raised the roof.
Finally he did it. It only took him 7 months, but he finally got it done.
I had to perfect it, okay?
Hey, it's a whole 250 words. No.
254. I added my name at the bottom.
But it touches upon some of the topics that we just discussed, and it also touches upon how technology and gaming have the good old days versus now, and to where it's going in the future. And I think that it's a great read. It's going to go up on the site, like I said, in tandem with the podcast and the video cast. Be sure to check it out.
All right, awesome. So Gio, I hope you can add another paragraph. That's going to be awesome. But I'm gonna move on. By the way, I was gonna discuss 5 news articles, but the fact that Gio is gonna do an article is news in itself. So great plug, Josh.
Hot off the presses.
I got
Breaking
the inside
news
scoop.
To be on Channel 9.
I got the inside scoop, man. I got my inside guy, Joshua, over there, reporting live.
And an SAP in Spanish. Just hit the SAP button and you get it in high definition Espanol with the chocolates.
Does Mr. Sims know what SAP stands for?
Roughly, I know it's Spanish translation, but SAP.
Yeah,
the actual abbreviation.
SAP stands for Spanish translation.
I'm sorry, but I always see that on like a TV before a show starts, but I can never find the fucking button. Where is the damn button?
I never saw it either.
I try to keep a straight face. It's behind the batteries.
I thought about it for a quick second. I was like, wait, no. He's pulling my chain.
Wait, hold on. Let me look.
I think you have to call your cable company and ask for the SAP. It's a special package. They sell it.
Yo, Manny
but it's
got
funny.
Mad serious talking about the SAP button just now. I thought he was fucking around. He's like, no, you got to call Comcast and you got to press 1. You got to enter your phone number.
Don't let him fool you. He just looked that up on Google.
He sure did.
But it's funny you guys talk about SAP because I think where I live, nobody even knows what that is. Like, oh, what? Spanish accent program? Oh yeah, SAP, Spanish accent.
Spanish accent person.
But yeah, I wanna talk about some news. There's some good news that came out this week and maybe last week. I don't know. You know, I'm a father. I never really know. I just read the news. But there's a release date for Gears of War 4.
Finally.
Yeah, tell me about it. So I know you guys are excited. Are you guys gonna get it? Is that something you're interested in?
Yeah, I mean, I played all the Gears of Wars, so this, just for the sake of continuing the story, I think I'll pick it up.
Oh, so you guys just gave up. You're just gonna continue doing it. It's like watching Lost. Oh, I made it all the way to season 5. I'm just gonna go ahead and just get through this. Just gonna suffer through it.
I mean, the reason why I'm going to it is because it's the first Gears of War on the new generation consoles. So we all know what the first Gears of War did for the Xbox 360. It kind of shot that adrenaline needle right into its heart, and I think that, along with Halo, they're kind of the reason why the Xbox One exists. So I think, to give it the benefit of the doubt and to see where they take it in the new generation, I think Gears of War 4 hopefully should be pretty damn good. Hopefully.
I kind of wish if the development team that was doing Saints Row would do the kill animations for Gears of War, and that's like the new hook on Gears of War 4. Like, all the kill animations are just funny things that they're doing. Oh, well, I got this chainsaw. Well, instead of chopping you in, I'm just going to shove it up this ass.
I'm going to take this 7-foot-long purple dildo. I'm going to slap you across the face. That's a Saints Row thing.
That'll be new. That'll be groundbreaking for Gears of War. Let's just not take this seriously anymore.
Then you hear Marcus Phoenix go, come on.
So the next news that I got two news. This is a 2-part news. The PS4.
Look at you.
The PS4's VR headset was said to be not as high end as the Rift, as the Oculus Rift. So this was said by the Rift creator Palmer Luckey. I honestly don't know if that is his real name, but oh my god, what a name, Palmer Luckey.
So those of you who don't know, the Rift it dropped as far as pre-orders are concerned. So it dropped at $600, but there's a major caveat with this: you have to be able to own a computer that can run it. And as far as computers goes, I think they quote it as the cheapest computer that you can own that'll run the Oculus Rift would be about $1,200. So you're looking at a $600 console, which they keep calling it a console, and to me that's not a console, that's a professional. That's something that you add to your already existing console to make it better. So we're using the PC as an example. The PC is the main console. You can play PC games on it, everything's well and good, but if you want to add to that experience, you can purchase a $600 add-on for this. I mean, listen, they got people saying, "Oh, it's a high-end product, this and that. You have a $600 cell phone, yada yada." Hey, listen, when they were touting this stuff months ago at CESs and E3s, they were kind of saying, "Yeah, it's gonna be $250 to $300. It might be $350." I would have taken $300. You know what? I would have taken it. So what? But I would have taken it as its standalone thing. Like, this is $300. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Not, I need to buy this high-end PC, or I have to take my existing PC and pump some shit into it just to make this stuff run. I think VR is going to be great. I think eventually it will be this great thing that we've talked about before in the podcast. But now you have the highest end, which is the Rift, costing $600. Now you got the PS4 VR saying it's not going to be as high-end. So what you're essentially telling me is you're going to be in the ballpark of $600, but you still have to own a PS4, and it's not going to be as good as the best thing out there. So you're basically shooting yourself in the foot twice. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I wasn't going to buy the shit before. Now I'm really not going to buy it because you're telling me that I'm getting a cheaper product, and I have to own a PS4 in order to use it. I think, pop, pop, double slap. Double kill.
Double tap.
Yeah, basically.
So... breaking news from Palmer Luckey. He now says that there's going to be a loaner program on this, and they're also going to deliver it to the arcade so that people can experience this high-end product. But in order for you to use it, you're going to have to pay $50 for 10 minutes.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
Wow.
Oh, man. Damn. Dude, do you remember like
Six
back in the
Flags
day?
cheaper than that.
Do you remember like back in the day you would go to the arcade or whatever non-name arcade and you had that one section of the arcade that was devoted just to virtual reality and you had to pay like $15 just to use the shit?
Yeah.
Yep.
Holy crap. I totally would have bought that if you would have said, yeah, I'm not fucking around. I would have been like, yeah, no, fuck that. Fuck the fuck Lucky, whatever the hell his name is. Mr. Lucky.
It's
Easy, he could be a viewer.
Oh, I'm
It's-
sorry. We love virtual reality. It's so great.
I'm gonna buy all your products.
All of them.
Mr. Palmer, to you, sir.
Yes. Mr.
So the next news that I got is this is a game that I love to play, probably way too much than I care to admit.
Loves it.
Love it. Oh, love it.
need a
It's
minute?
I do actually. Let me just give this. So the game's name is Dragon's Dogma, and they're considering this is not official, but they are considering doing a sequel to this game, and I loved this game. I don't know if you guys ever played it. It was
So, in the interest of, because I don't think all of us had this giant ass fucking question mark on our faces. So, in a sentence or less, explain Dragon's Dogma.
More or less.
it is an open world fantasy
That's it.
game. And the main hook is how hard it is to beat their large bosses. They got like bosses that take up the majority of the screen. I said large and bosses.
Or
Open world, wide open.
So, basically, it's a Shadow of the Colossus type deal.
Kind of, sort of, but you also have your you know how Shadow of Colossus had like a real empty world.
Yeah.
This one is pretty much it's not extremely populated, but it's a lot more populated than Shadow of the Colossus. So you can go around and there's goblins to kill, there's dragons that you can fight, and from them and like fighting a dragon, they've got like certain parts of their bodies or dragons or monsters, random monsters. They got parts of their bodies that you can chop off and scavenge the materials to create weapons and armor.
It's like a Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So, they're making a part 2.
Yeah, and I tell you, man, if they do, I hope they actually have a multiplayer attached to it, because the multiplayer element of Dragon's Dogma was that you would create a character to go around with you, but this character,
It's a lot more sentences than 1 and 2.
next topic, Manny, next topic. I said one sentence. It's taking too long.
I fully expect now, instead of this discussion continuing, we're gonna get like an 18-page report on why that Dragon Dogma is the best video game ever made.
And I'm gonna do Gamermon Originals, Dragon's Dogma 2.
3 and 4.
Yep. I'm putting it through development stimulus. Help me out. But yeah, it was a good game. It's a good game. Moving on. Fuck you guys. Hey, Gio, you with us?
yes,
He's still going. God, that was still too long.
I thought Gio was praying to God. Oh, when is the shit, God? I'm with you. I'm with you, man. When are we gonna be done, please? So the next news article I got is that Sony offered the wrong PlayStation Plus game this week. Oh, Sony. So
That's what they offer.
they
that's why I
gave
don't get PlayStation.
whatever, guys. I got PlayStation. I got a PlayStation. Whatever.
I got a PlayStation 4 too. Fuck you. You, whoever said that, I wasn't paying attention.
But yeah, they gave a game like History something, the War of Patton, and it was an honest mistake, but at the same time, it's hey Josh, you can't hear me? What's going on?
Yeah,
Are you guys there?
Yeah, we're good now. Excuse
hear
the
you now.
frame rape and the frame rape, the frame, the frame rate and hiccups. The fuck. Yeah, this kind of like bugged out for a second. I think we lost Josh, but we're gonna continue to rock and roll this train. Josh, we miss you. We hope you see you soon. There he
Josh is back. Race the roof.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
It's the Walmart connection.
Hey, what can I say?
But they had two games that had a very similar name, and they chose the wrong one. Bad on Sony. They fixed it later, they gave the wrong game for free.
But
Whatever.
let me ask you a question.
But
Was the game that they gave for free better than the game that was initially that they were supposed to give out?
they were almost identical. Like that's the weird thing. There's these two games. They have very similar names, and they have the same. It's an RTS, real time strategy. So I was just surprised that something like this could happen. Like it's almost the same game. So no, honestly, nothing was missed.
So basically, if you were acting on your fast click game, you would have essentially got 2 games for free if you were fast enough to do it.
Oh yeah, and yeah, that's completely right.
I missed that train.
So
fuck it.
So the next piece of news to me again is for being a parent. I kind of understand where the industry is moving towards, and EA is now giving employees more paid parental leave time. So now they're getting more time. I think it's a step up. I think it used to be 7 days, and I think they're getting 10 days of paid leave. I can click the link real quick, but yeah, they
get that KD up.
What's that?
I said they got to get their KD up there in between feedings.
Sorry, I said days. I meant to say weeks. So 7 weeks paid, and now they're getting 10 weeks paid.
10 weeks.
So
holy crap!
10 weeks of parental leave.
Like if
To
you
mothers
had 5
and
kids, you
fathers.
could take off a whole year, bro.
We're in the wrong business, you know that, right?
You are. You gotta just make babies.
I don't necessarily think
Jay.
working for EA would be an upgrade from may or may not be government employees.
Yeah, I heard their other principles and their model kind of sucks. So, hey, good on them for giving them 10 weeks. I mean, hey, that's more than I get. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think that's you'll probably notice that's a movement that corporate America is going to start going towards, is starting to give more benefits to people, probably stuff that the baby boomers used to have. And then they said, oh, this costs too much money, we're going to take it away. And then people are like, wait a minute, I don't have enough time off to spend with my family. So what are you guys doing?
exactly, and a happy employee is a productive employee. I mean, we've been over this before, but I keep stressing it to these people. You got to make your employees happy, because a happy employee will work their ass off for you. But if you mess with
Start
them,
hugging your employees.
start hugging. Those are the people you need to start hugging. If you're a manager out there, just if you see somebody slaving away at the computer, just walk up behind them. Don't say anything. Just slowly.
Just go with it. Just go with it.
And breathe on their neck and just give them embrace, and not even a hug, embrace them. I mean, you probably have to deal with the legal ramifications, but like the point is, hug your employees. Tell them Giovanni Pacheco told you to do it.
We're going to hug it out, bro. Hug it out. Here we go. All right. Well, Josh, do you got any emails?
Unfortunately, we do not have time for emails this week. We have a bunch of emails that we're going to get to. I think we're going to just do a podcast that's going to be dedicated to emails, just so we can sit down and actually just read a list of we can get more in depth into the emails in just one podcast. We'll call it like the email cast or whatever. Because we just happen to we get into such good conversations that to cut those conversations short, to listen to the bullshit that you guys write us, we love it. But I think that
Now the emails are going to go down.
Yeah. In spite of fairness to both the content that we put on the site and the emails that we get every week, I think that if we do an email podcast where we just take all the stuff that you guys write to us, we sit down, we read them, we all give our perspectives on it, will be better than to rush through it at the end of the show. So that's the only thing I got for emails. As far as the plugs are concerned, like I said, the videos contents is going to start going up on the website. We have access to the Big Baby Daddy Cast Live. Jay is regularly on that. I'm going to be on it. Manny, since he's back from Guam or wherever the hell he came from, he's going to be on that. We're going to be putting a lot of video content up. This is one of the start of the first rollout of the videos episodes. We're going to try to do a video podcast every week so you can see our gorgeous faces as you listen to our lovely words. And like I said, we're going to have a article from Gio going up on the site along with this podcast, so check that out. And that's it for me. Does anybody else have any alibis? Any
After that plug, man, after what you just talked about their emails, we may have to give another $25 gift cards to get those emails back up.
I'm gonna take all the emails, I'm gonna print them, and I'm gonna hug them. So if you don't know,
roll around with them on the bed.
If you don't know who we are the Big Baby Daddy Cast from thegamermind.com. That's www.thegamermind.com. I am Josh. We have Manny Santiago. We have Josh Sims. We got Giovanni Pacheco on the ones and twos, bringing it live. And we hope you like our stuff. And this is a great way to start our New Year's. This is the team. This is what we got moving forward. And come join us, won't you?
Like the little hesitation.
It adds to the effect.
That was nice.
It was.
I like that.
But hey, this was the Big Baby Daddy Cast, episode 9, the Pickle episode. Thank you for joining us. Take care and keep gaming, guys.
Later.
Keep gaming.